Hello, guys. Welcome to the YG's podcast. It's your host, Nana, alongside with my co-host,
Miles Matunya.
Today, guys, we have a very beautiful guest with us. She's going to introduce herself. Sadia, go ahead.
Well, you already introduced me. My name is Sadia. I am from Canada and in Sweden for just a little bit of this part of my life.
Okay. How do you feel? How do you feel being here today with us?
I'm so excited. This is going to be a great conversation.
Nice.
I'm also excited to have her on the pod since she's the second female guest, and I have been getting a lot of smoke about bringing guests on this pod. So now
I'm honored.
yeah.
And by the way, she's super smart too. She's tried to play humble sometimes, but she's super smart. Today, guys, we'll actually be talking about mental health and therapy, but I had Sadia give me a different view about it, because she told me different parts of the world have a different way of internalizing mental health and therapy, So today's episode, we want to make it as relatable as possible, We don't want to make it. We don't want to make it inclusive to just one part of the world. We want to make sure people from Ghana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, everywhere people can relate to. We don't want to make it like only Sweden people or maybe people from the US or something like that. Mm-hmm. So, Sadia.
Yes, we're making mental health inclusive.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're doing. That's the goal.
Exactly. That is what we want to do now. So, Sadia, you are from the personal conversations we've had a little time. I think you are from Pakistan, right?
Well, my roots are from Pakistan, but I grew up in Canada. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. In Pakistan, how is it? How is the mental health like there? Is it ingrained in their culture, or how is it like in Pakistan?
Yeah, so I did not grow up in Pakistan, so I can't really speak to what it's like in that country. But what I can speak to is what does mental health look like within my own family dynamics? Whose roots are from Pakistan?
Okay.
And how is it that we practiced mental health?
Yeah, how do you guys do that?
Yeah, so it could be over, you go to Starbucks and you're like, can I have a chai tea latte? So chai literally means tea. Right? So mental health looks like my mom and my aunts and my grandma just sitting around the table the way we are and just having some tea, and someone baked a little bit of cake or some samosas or things like that.
I
and
feel
just,
like I'm in a movie right now.
Right? Can you visualize it?
I feel like I'm in a movie right now.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting down and they're just relaxed. And at that time is just for conversation. And it's about spilling the tea and women just coming together and just talking. And not really thinking in their mind, I have a to-do list and I got to do this. And this is where scientifically the brain is at ease and the conversations are flowing. And that's what mental health looks like. And you do that for about an hour or so. And then you just get up and then you just go about your day.
Nice.
But that's nice because it's like spending time with family is also very, very key. Just like you're describing,
That's right.
going out to have chai latte.
Yeah.
And all of that kind of stuff. But funny.
I think I have a question. Okay. Pertaining
what is it?
How like the landscape of mental health in Africa in Pakistan.
Okay.
So like how is like the power dynamic in the family setup like? Is it similar to how us Africans operate in the sense that our parents or our elders, they have some kind of like authoritative power over us and they govern how family structures operate? Is it the same?
Very similar. Yeah, I would say very, very similar. But when we're talking about mental health, and that's where Daniel started the conversation with, is what I provided is an example when we start unpacking mental health, right? So we're not calling it mental health, and my mom and my aunts are not saying, or my friends, we're not saying, okay, this is mental health hour. We're practicing it. So what does it actually look like in action, right? So how do you practice mental health? So that's an example of that. You're just sitting there and you're just relaxed.
I see.
For me, I want to say this in like my home country, Ghana. I would think just like you told me, mental health is westernized and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
In Ghana, I can't really go there and talk about mental health like, hey, let's speak about mental health. Just giving money to somebody like today can literally ease the person's stress up.
Yes.
Because somebody in Ghana, like, people normally work a lot. For instance, maybe a mechanic or basically whatever job the person might do, you might just lend the person, let's say, 500 crowns in Ghana, probably, let's say, 600 Ghana cedis. The person's stress is going to come down.
Yeah, like even in my home country, what happens is
Let me just land. In Ghana, like, someone will say, it's like, it's not what you say, but what you do. You know, you have to make the actions more than the words, because you can talk all you want to a person, like you can give advice, which is good, but at the end of the day, if you are not backing it up with results or action, they look at you like, what are you trying to tell us?
okay. Before I lose my trail of thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My bad.
I was about to lose it. Okay, so like in my home country, it's similar. Like if someone sends you money, I think that's like a gesture that like really ensures like the mental stability of a person. Like mostly in Africa, someone's mental stability is in the pocket. So like that's like really, and also when you sit around, like normally when we go to our rural areas, we visit our relatives. We have like story times at the fire. We roast mealies and stuff. Like that's like our way of like dealing with stress, having conversations. So it's not really, the term mental health is not really a thing, but like in Africa, we do it more in practice.
Yeah, so it's a practice.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
And this is what we started the conversation with.
Exactly.
It's not the word, it's not the concept, but it's the practice as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Miles, you talked about, it's in the pocket, and Daniel, you said that as well, is because then once you are that basic need of financial is taken care of, then you have time to just kind of sit there and relax and listen to some music. And that is just circling it back to practice, and that's mental health. But I do want to say, I don't know if you started the conversation with, I'm so glad that we're acknowledging and talking about mental health.
Yeah,
Yes.
And now we're
Yes.
unpacking it.
Exactly.
What does it look like within various cultures? So you
Exactly.
have, there's three of us sitting here who come from different parts of the world.
Yeah, and just like I said, I categorically stated initially how it looks in Ghana. Because if, for instance, me right now, I'm in Sweden, if I go back to Ghana and I see somebody going through something, that is not a time for me to say, hey, everything will be okay, everything will be this. I'll do that, obviously, but I'll make sure to make my actions more. And when I say my actions more, I mean by assisting the person with some money, brother. That is what the person
Exactly.
needs.
Exactly.
The words are okay, but the money should also come, because Ghana, you should know, is not like Sweden. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
system doesn't take care of you. You know what I mean?
Economy-wise, yes.
Exactly.
The
so you
welfare
can't
systems, yeah,
go
is
there
not set up the same.
sounding all professor-like,
Yeah.
giving
No.
advice and all of that. You know
So
what I
you
mean?
give them money, Daniel, and then they
Exactly.
can just sit there and have that chai tea latte and just sit there and just relax and
For
have a
that place, they don't
conversation.
even have
Like,
chi latte. So,
There's this thing that I always say, like, you can't go to a person who has other fundamental problems and
Yeah,
you talk
yeah.
about mental health to them, because mental health is something that like really is paid attention to by someone who has their finances in check. Like, you don't have clothes, you don't have like a proper accommodation,
Yeah.
you don't have like even a
Basic
bank account.
necessities.
And Miles, those are the basic needs.
The-
Like,
the
So
basic
that if the
needs.
basic
Stuff, yeah.
needs
Yeah.
are not met, you can't be like with the Western approach with
That's
mental
what
health.
I'm
So
saying.
let's go for a walk.
Exactly.
Let's go for a run.
Sadia,
And they're like, come on now.
You can't go for a walk. You don't even have the shoes.
You don't even have
Exactly,
the shoes. to-
exactly.
Exactly. So the
Exactly.
basic needs are not met.
because today when we were walking, when we were coming
Yeah.
on our way, when you said we should unpack it in different, like we should unpack it basically, like just like I told you initially, I didn't get what you were trying to say, but as time went on, I got you, because if we had taken the westernized approach, people from, just like I said, Ghana, Zimbabwe, all around like Africa, they wouldn't be able to relate.
No,
You
it's
know
not
what I mean?
relatable.
Because it's obviously it's good to take a walk, and it's good to for somebody to talk to you, but we should also know, in Ghana, the
It looks
person
different.
people don't need that.
No.
You know, the first
It's the
thing,
money.
Like, as for me, on the mental health side,
Uh-huh.
when I first came here, I went for therapy, right?
You've been to therapy. How was it?
I love this. We love people who go to therapy.
Like I went for therapy, and before I made the decision to go for therapy, I didn't tell anybody.
Okay.
Even my mom, even my dad. I just
Why?
Why is that,
went.
Miles?
Why?
Wait, I'm ending. Wait. So what happened is I went to therapy. The day I went for my first session, right? The second session, the third session, the fourth session. After the fifth session, that's when I texted my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm thinking of going to therapy. And then she was like, wow, that's a good thing. Because, like, my mom is very open minded. My mom was a teacher. She did psychology and sociology in school. And the same as my dad. Like, I have very, like, middle class and, level headed parents. So they understand the whole concept. But sometimes when I talk to them, they have their African mindset activated.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes the intellectual, the enlightened side won't come to play in certain situations. So I just decided to go for therapy without telling them. So what happened was, the first thing when I went to therapy, I explained my problems, and I was like, sometimes I struggle to concentrate, and the therapist was like, buy a fidget spinner.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing. I was like,
And you're like, how
like-
does this relate to therapy?
like me coming from Africa, I was like, a fidget spinner? Like, what do I use a fidget spinner for? But now I understand why that happened, and I managed to unpack all the problems I had, and now I have sought closure with everything that I had. Like, there was a person that I really had a very, very strong grudge on, and I managed to forgive that person through therapy, and I
Thank
feel
God.
like, yeah,
You did.
and I feel like through therapy, it managed like to enlighten me emotionally. I'm more emotionally intelligent now as a result of therapy, and it's really, really functional. So like, what my therapist told me, the second session, she was like, if you want to tell your family that you are doing therapy, first tell your mom. And I was like, why? Because moms are usually the emotionally available ones, and they really understand. And that was true. And that happened. And then I told my right now, as I speak, my dad does not know I went.
Well, he's
for
about to
therapy.
find out.
But the therapy you are talking about, was it in Sweden?
In Sweden. But now I know he watches the pod all the time.
Yeah.
So now he's going to know that I went for therapy.
And he'll be proud of you, Miles.
The only person who knows is my mom. Even my sister doesn't know. Even my brother does not know.
Okay,
So-
bring us back to the fidget spinner. How did that help?
Yeah, so what happens is, for me, I am a person who, like, I'm more of an adrenaline junkie.
Uh-huh.
I kind of like enjoy having a challenge. So even when with assignments, I want to like start working on an assignment when it's like 2 days till
Yeah.
the due date. Like, I love the challenge of like doing things.
Even me.
Yeah.
Or is
So-
that a challenge? Or is that a bit of a response where you're like procrastinating, but you can do it within 2 days?
You're calling us
Yeah.
Yes.
procrastinator.
Yeah, I think there's other dynamics. Yes, are part
So
of that. Talk
now-
about it with your therapist.
Yeah, so now the fidget spinner thing is when I think of something, for example, I think Nana and Tio, they can relate. If I say we have to record a podcast tomorrow, or we have to think about this, or we have to make this happen, I always want to have things done instantly. Like, things like they should be done now. Like, if I think of something, if it's about to happen on a Saturday, it has to happen on a Saturday
Yeah.
without fail. And that's like the kind of mentality that I have. And sometimes I'm too formal. I struggle to, like, to bring humor to stuff. But now I'm kind of like.
So is
trying
therapy
to-
helping with that, where you could be just a
It
bit of flexible and you're like,
is.
okay, you know what? Maybe have a plan A that's set, but plan B is like kind of go with the flow a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah,
and things will be okay. It's not that deep. Life is short.
But for
Not
me,
that-
honestly speaking,
Yeah.
I've never been to therapy, and anyone who goes, no hard feelings. I think you should go because everybody is different.
Yeah,
but
Daniel.
I always I feel like I can solve things on my own. I always feel like I should be able to have control over my mind. I have control over my own mind. But I think I'll probably go to therapy when probably it's overwhelming on me.
But let me challenge you then, Daniel, because this is what I do. Is that why do you feel like you need to wait until you hit a certain point?
Exactly.
And therapy is not there for I can figure this out. It isn't about that. This is to give you tools, right? And say, okay, today's been a tough day. Here's a toolbox in my, and this is how I'm going to move through the day. So I feel like I'm going to ask you and challenge you to look at therapy a little bit differently.
Like, how should I look at therapy?
So don't, and Miles, feel free to come in. It really helps. Think of it. It's helping to support your growth in every aspect.
Okay.
But you know why I don't go for therapy? Sadia, look, where I come from, like,
But you're not there. You're here.
that doesn't matter.
Okay,
You
let
know
me
why?
make it easy
Look,
for him.
look, wait, let me finish.
Okay,
let me
fine.
finish. Let me finish. I just say this, like where I come from, like when you even talk about therapy, not everybody, some people shame you for it.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
do you care though? Like if they're shaming you for it, it's because that's their thing.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes
let me
you get
help him.
sometimes you get infected. You want how do you want to help me?
Yeah, let me help
sometimes you get infected.
gonna
you
help
know
you.
what I mean?
So this is where therapy helps, and you're like, you know what? Therapy is for me.
Okay.
Go ahead, Miles.
Let me
Yes.
help him.
Yeah.
I come from. I think we had a conversation about how Zimbabweans and people from Ghana can be similar when it comes to being like discouraging.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. We come from literally like the same kind of society. Africa is almost the same. There are variations, but let me tell you, my home country is even worse. I showed you yesterday. I showed you. People can say, you, Miles, you want to start a podcast. You. Like, people who saw you growing up, they can't believe that you can do something that's better than them.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm telling
And that's
you.
what we call inferiority complex. What happens is, when I went to therapy, I didn't go to therapy because I had a problem that was troubling me at that moment. It wasn't acute or agent, but I went for therapy because I knew that there were problems in my subconscious that are most likely going to resurface at a certain stage. So it's not all about don't look at the people, because
No.
when you start suffering from mental health issues, they won't be there, and they'll even shame you even more.
The people won't be there, is what Miles is saying. It really is, I'm going to challenge you, and I'm going to keep challenging you, Daniel, is break that stigma, right? And
you.
think about it as part of your healthy life, right? And what a great thing. You go and you talk to someone and you unpack your day and you just leave it there. And you come out lighter. So think of it, I love analogies. So you have a backpack that's full of rocks, right? And the rocks are like, tough day, assignment is due, bills are due. You go and talk to the therapist and you're just taking some of those rocks out. And when you walk out, it just feels a bit lighter, right? And that is part of healthy lifestyle as well. Why do we go to the gym? To feel better. That's also part of mental health as well.
So not to catch you, like right now, since I'm used to, I wouldn't say healing on my own, but used to handling things on my own. Do you guys still think I should go to therapy?
I don't think you don't need to go to therapy when there's trouble in life. You don't need to go to therapy when you say, I don't know what to do and I'm spiraling out.
Yeah.
You go to therapy just to keep yourself balanced. It is not meant to
Exactly.
go to therapy and saying something is wrong in my life. And you go as a healthy person.
And
you-
also another thing is you have to go to therapy based on your own choice. You have to, with therapy, it's more than physical, and it's more than what meets the eye. It's psychological and it's spiritual, in the sense that there's gonna come a time when you're gonna convince yourself and tell yourself, I need to go to therapy.
Yeah. And also,
It's gonna come a time. And I understand you're a male,
Yeah.
and with
There's
males, it's
stigma
very,
and
there's
there's
stigma,
cultural
there's
and
culture,
and as certain, like I come from a certain culture and men don't go to therapy. There's a
Yeah.
stigma that's attached to it, but the stigma is not unpacked is what's happening. So we're not here to convince you to go to therapy. We're just here
Exactly.
to challenge you and ask you curious questions like I have been. And when therapy helps us to really recognize our patterns. Why do I do the things the way I do? What are my values? So it really expands your mindset, right? Like, for example, Miles, why do I take 2 days before the assignment is due? Like, why do I work well under pressure? Is that some sort of a trauma response, or why am I built that way? So it's a lot of self-reflection work. And once you do that work, then you can recognize that in other people as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
And there's also another question. I think on this pod, I sacrifice myself a lot because I have to unpack my personal life for relatability reasons. So I'm a creative, right? I do poetry, I do music, I do film, I do content creation, I do a lot of stuff. I do Instagram, I do Facebook. I was a ghostwriter for artists for a very long time. I write scripts, I do acting, I do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So what happens is, I have two sides of life. I have the intellectual side, and I have the artistic or the creative side, right? So there's like kind of like a tug of war between those two, and it happens in my mind, and that also created a scenario whereby when I am coming up with a poem, or if I'm recording it, or if I'm writing a piece of art, I can't do it when people are around. Like I have to be in a conducive environment, silent, quiet, peaceful, calm, and I record my poems in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
And not any other time.
Right.
When my voice is deep and when it's quiet, like I feel like it's more
It's like
spiritual.
meditation for you almost, right? Like your mind is
Yes. Like I can't be creative around people.
yeah, fair enough.
But you can't be creative around people.
I can't be creative around people.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can do around people is to recite what I have memorized and to perform.
Yeah.
But to be creative, like to come up with something.
Yeah. You need to be in your own bubble. That is when your creativity happens.
And then I asked my therapist, why is that? And then my therapist was like, the problem is you are a multifaceted person. You are you always try to be competent in every aspect of life. And
Which is draining.
which
yeah,
is
like
draining.
you keep raising the bar higher for yourself,
Yeah.
and that's
Yes.
drain. Yeah.
Yes, and that's and there's obviously going to be a side that is going to suffer.
Yes.
And there's going to be a side that's going to become more delicate and sensitive. So in this situation, my poetic and music side is delicate and sensitive, in the sense that when I want to come up with a piece of art that's poetic or musical, I have to do it alone.
Yeah.
So I feel like these things that have to do with psychology and therapy and mental health, they're more than what meets the eye.
There always is, but Miles, you did say there's a tug of war. Like, why is there a tug of war rather than could that be the balance between who you are? Because we are multifaceted humans. We have different sides to us. We wear different masks. I think me and Daniel talked about it. Certain masks,
Yeah.
certain people get to see you. Some masks we never take off in
Never
the
take
public as
Exactly,
well,
exactly.
which is absolutely okay. But I think the balance, throughout all of that
Yeah,
is
but
very important.
moving on. I want
Yes,
us
okay.
to. I want us to. I want us to move forward. and
Daniel's
also
going
try
to
and
think about therapy.
Yeah, I want us to look
Yeah.
through people, and like this is what I want us to do right now. Let's take, for instance, let's take every country, and let's try and come up with, maybe not come up with, but let's try and give suggestions as to what a person with mental health should do in their various countries. Because just as we said, we can't apply the westernized approach to people in Ghana, Asia,
work.
and all of that.
Yeah.
So Sadia,
Yeah.
in my culture in Ghana, when you go there, a person might be going through a hard time, like lost the job, lost the wife, going through a whole lot of stuff. Such a person like that, what would you suggest for the person to combat what they are going through? Would you encourage them with words, money? Like, what is your suggestion for such a
Well,
person?
it's
I'll add on after you.
yes, or you can go first, and I'll add on.
Okay, fine.
Go,
Okay,
you
fine.
go ahead.
Coming from an African society as well, where someone has lost their job, they're going through stuff, you don't have to come to them and tell them, I want to help you with your mental health.
No, that's not
You
gonna
get
work.
What you do is put action. Help them find a job. 1, 2, help them with money. 3, just talk to them and listen to them vent to you.
Yeah.
You don't have to come to them and
With
tell
solutions.
them, I want to fix your mental
Problems,
health.
yeah.
Yeah,
They'll be like,
yeah.
who are you to do this? So what you do is you go to them, just have a natural conversation, give them a comfortable like space or opportunity for them to vent to you. Like it's also functional for you to like when someone is telling you their problems, you
want
give,
solutions.
Solution.
like
Yeah,
an,
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
listening ear.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you
So
very
what
much for
Miles
saying
is
that.
saying is acknowledge it and say, I don't have the solutions. And just like Miles is saying, of course, you're not going to use that language to say, I don't have the solutions, but I can sit here with you. But you do that in practicality.
Exactly.
Right? So
Thank
you acknowledge what they're going through and saying things like, yes, this is hard.
Can I say
And this is
something?
going to-
Can I say
Yeah.
something in my native language for those back there going through stuff?
Mm-hmm,
Okay. The maybe say mechanic is wa Ghana biya wo fa bibiye mu as to whether maybe our rejaye and I say maybe we bush and for apo and I say bibi sa no. Say you say ye hu a yebe boy and homework yebe ma advice ne sa na man yebe bibiya mu but yebe making sure say your actions ne doso yebe making sure say sika so be kumu ama mo because in prepi na eya na amanfo tufo so sika biya ntan bam so what as obu be tufo sa so sika oma osika biya so no tufo a eno so ye eno so menka senye na mu mo mbo mo homework na omo so dollars yi ne euros no omo ma mo botom nye dem ma mo me da wasi bebre. I just said something little to them in my native language.
Okay, so
So-
you've just like
That
summarized
is
what
everything that we were just talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah,
But you
That's
know,
for me,
just
my people, they understand English,
Yeah.
just like as the first language. So what we are saying, they can comprehend.
That's right.
Yeah.
But just going back, acknowledging and sitting
Exactly.
with them,
Exactly.
but we have to remember that humans already have tools to go through life because
Definitely.
there have been challenging situations that may have happened with certain individuals, like for example when you say you lose your job, but how did you deal with those things, right? So those solutions already exist within us. It's just we just need someone to just sit there with us and say, you know what, yeah, you can do this, but I can sit with you through
Exactly,
this time.
exactly. Because honestly, Sadi and Miles, you guys, I'm just happy you guys we are having this convo because
Exactly.
for the longest time, even me, I've been running away from some things. You guys will ask me, what am I running away from?
I did.
I've been
I asked you, what's your why?
exactly my why. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to come across as like a repetition of what I'm saying, but the culture I come from, the therapy, I was never used to therapy like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, same
I
here.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm used to getting things done on your own.
But at the same time, like for me, my culture, like therapy looked like you go and talk to your grandma or you go and you talk to your aunt,
Even
right?
for
And
me as well,
that's
yeah,
but
even in
then
our
again,
country as
when
well.
you think about it, they may not have the solutions. They may
Exactly.
not have the tools that you may need. So how do you go beyond that?
Yeah, and mind you, not to catch you, don't forget your grandma or whoever you are going to, they might also have some problems they are battling with.
Absolutely. So they may have good advice for me.
They might have, yeah.
Absolutely, they would. And it feels good. But then again, if we're privileged enough to be living in this part of
So whilst we were on our mental health journey, Mouse, I want a little contribution from you today because obviously I've spoken about Ghana
Okay.
and I also asked for suggestions from Sadia and also you too. So right now, as a host, I expect something from you a little
Yeah,
bit. So
as,
give me
um,
something.
As the boss, I really respect you, my boss. I respect you.
Bro,
So
stop,
now it's,
stop playing around. Playing around.
so
Don't play around.
now as a co-host, as a subordinate, I have to also bring my contribution to the
Yeah.
episode. But then
Exactly.
you know me, guys, I'm not a formal person. Let me take these gloves off.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and then now it's more of a trivia thing now. So I've got like
Are
questions.
we ready?
Yeah, are you guys ready?
I don't know.
We are ready.
We need the air horn. We need the air horn. We need the air horn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay. Talk to us.
So,
Talk to us.
I have questions for you guys.
Okay.
For us. Okay.
And then if you guys are comfortable, I can answer them first for you. If you're not comfortable, I'll
Can I
answer
say
them first.
pass? Or I'll be like, Daniel, you answer that one.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
It depends
Okay,
on the
fine.
question.
It depends on the question.
Question one.
Okay.
Let's
Here we go.
focus on the guest first. And then I'll
Okay.
Okay.
So
okay,
honored.
okay,
I'm the
okay.
guest.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So, question one. What's your most main character moment of the week? Where you felt like Sandra Bullock or Angelina Jolie in a movie?
Yes.
Like, this week, what was like your most main character moment?
Today's Saturday, right? So it was Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
After our sessions in class, the three of us friends got together and we're like, we just need a break. We need a mental health break. So they came over to my apartment. We hung out. We had a great time. And that's the moment when we were all feeling like, yes, our cups are full. And
Okay.
we can do the rest of the week. So that was for me.
Interesting.
We had good laughs. We had good talk.
You. What was your main character moment of the week where you felt like you were Tom Cruise or you were Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie?
For me, I don't have any moment. I feel like I'm Tom Cruise. I'm just Nana Daniel. For me, I'm always
All the time. He's always in character.
yeah because
I know. I knew this was gonna happen.
because the reason I say it is because for me, bro, I always try to make myself happy. No discouragement or nothing like that. I always try to always keep the positive energy. Obviously, it's not all positive all the time. I'm not going to sit here and put on a facade or something like that. It's not all positive, but I try to do it like that.
Okay.
That is what's up.
Okay. As for me, my main character moments are always crazy. They're always crazy.
I know for you.
For me, they come in the shower or during the mirror when
In the shower.
Yeah, when I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like,
Hey, the G.
Who is the big man?
Self-affirmations.
Uh-huh.
Those ones are the main character moments for me all the time. And
Okay.
Love
it's
it.
all the time. And sometimes on social media, I don't really have back and forth with fellow Zimbabwean artists.
When you say back and forth, like arguments.
Yeah, but for fun. We
Good banter.
Banter.
Like we rage bait each other. And so
Okay.
then the second one.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. What's your toxic trait during arguments?
Pass. Did you say during arguments?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something I've had to practice. In the past, I feel like I'm a little bit better, is just defense mode and to prove a point, right? And that's not a good thing. It's
I know.
healthy debate is a great thing, and I actually enjoy that. So now I have flipped that into sitting in a curious mindset and actively listening.
I was going to ask that as a fourth question. What's one bad habit you've successfully rebranded as part of
Well,
your
there you
charm?
go. I got two of your questions answered
Yeah,
in one.
Yeah.
I'm
What
ahead of the
about you?
game.
Okay, toxic trait in debate, right? Toxic trait in debate.
Yeah, during arguments.
For me, I think getting defensive, one, and also trying to hurt the person in an argument. I want to make sure the person is deeply hurt. The reason I want to make sure, not in about it. The reason I make sure the person is deeply hurt because when I was younger, whenever you have debates with people, they say stuff to hurt you. So I also
it's an African
educate.
thing.
So I also educated myself. Oh, okay. If that is the case, then let me also say stuff to also make sure it hits them very well, so that they won't be able to sleep
So
well.
no such thing as healthy debate. You just don't want them
There's
sleeping.
nothing
You
such
want
as
them
healthy
upset for the whole
Yes.
week.
And as for me,
I want to make sure they don't eat.
for
Okay.
For me, my toxic trait during arguments or debates, I think you have noticed it. Mine is it leaves you infuriated. It's sarcasm.
Okay.
My toxic
Like being
trait.
passive and being sarcastic, like dark
Then
sarcasm.
I look
Theo.
like not dark, like when you're fuming. I do that with my mom or with my sisters when they're fuming, having an argument. I'll be like, "Nick, then
It's just kind of gaslighting them. Is
So,
what you're doing.
Yeah,
Mine
but,
is
but
sarcasm.
you know, just to say this to you, Mas, I know what I said about my toxic trait in regards to the debate thing. It's bad, bro. As a person, you should be able to debate.
You should
Because
have a healthy debate.
a healthy debate.
Absolutely.
And do you
Yeah.
know why it shouldn't be
Yeah.
healthy and it should be toxic sometimes? Because you are going to run into toxic people and they are going to.
But it's how you show up, Daniel, with the toxic people. This is what therapy does for us.
Sadia, you know,
Right?
Sadia, if you've been to.
Yes.
Sadia,
Just
if-
like that.
It's
Damn
true.
it.
But if you've ever been to Ghana or some African countries, they don't care about like what you are saying.
Yeah, but
some
you
people
can
are so
control
toxic.
yourself. That's right. So you do what you need to do and you walk away in peace.
If it was that easy, I would
Therapy
do
gives
that.
us peace.
Guys.
Therapy.
Guys,
If it was that
this is
easy, I
trivia.
would do that.
This is
You
trivia.
can.
Now you guys, you are taking us back to mental health and therapy.
No-
This
Yeah,
is
yeah, we
trivia.
are. Okay.
Let's have fun,
Nobody's
guys.
nobody's
Let's go in the circle.
nobody's
Let's have
taking
fun.
you anywhere, Mister. Give us
let's go, let's go.
Okay,
continue
fine.
your question.
This one is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. If we all transform, or if we all change to 5-year-old babies right now,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
me, you, Sadia, we all, and even Theo, we change to 5-year-old babies right now. What's the first thing that you would do? Like, I know right now there's certain things that you really want to do deep down in your mind, but you can't do it because you are an adult.
Okay, for me, I loved playing in a sandbox. I would just sit there and build sand castles because that, even as an adult now, I love coloring, right? So that just, and I feel like I enjoyed that.
For me, bro, I want to
That's
pass
what
this
I would
one. I don't know what to say. I think pass me.
As for me, I really miss running around and screaming and making.
do. He take the prize.
Why the air horn, bro? Why the air horn? Like, why?
Because I didn't expect that from you. I thought you pass.
As for me, I miss running around and making noise and causing trouble. Like, just like when walking, like at school, like during a hallway, I just spank you at the back of your head.
And then he'll just keep running. And down be looking around.
I miss doing
You
that.
miss
That's one
doing
thing I
that.
miss.
That's fun.
Yeah. Then the other one was
Okay.
like, what's your favorite form of harmless delusion that gets you through life?
You know what? I love daydreaming.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I feel like it keeps me sane. So is that what the question was? Yeah. So that's
What's the
Because it's harmless.
harmless delusion? That one.
Like, what's your favorite form of harmless delusion that gets you through life?
being a little bit delulu.
Okay, for me, I think mimicking that thing, mimicking, like picturing you being in a position where you are not in. I don't know if you get what I'm. Sometimes I can be in my room and I'll just be in like a suit and like I'll have my briefcase.
Role play type
Yeah,
thing.
something like that.
It's similar
Okay.
to me.
I feel like I.
So do you stand in front of the mirror then?
No, I'm not weird like that. please.
Okay.
I'm not weird like that. I just
That's not weird.
no. Okay, it's not weird. My bad.
Air horn. You need an air
Yes,
horn.
yeah.
It's not weird like that. It's not weird like that. But sometimes maybe I'll set up like my chair, in a suit, and basically the former attire.
So are you manifesting something?
Exactly. I'm manifesting.
I'm still shocked. Wait.
Let me finish. Let my plane land. I'm still in the air. Please let me land.
Okay.
Let me land.
Okay, Mr. Pilot.
Don't interrupt.
I'm sorry, Mr. Pilot.
Before you run out of gas. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So like I dress up myself. I'm in my suit, right? And I'm in my room. I picture myself. I manifest myself like as a big man. One day going to control a nation or something like that. I picture myself in that light. I know you people might think it's a joke or something.
No.
But I see myself
You
doing
want to
something great.
control a nation.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. As for me, okay, wait. As for me, it's kind of similar.
Okay.
But for me, when I'm listening to music, I imagine myself like I'm in the music video.
I love that. Love that.
Like I feel like I'm the artist.
Uh-huh.
And also similar to what Anna has said about like picturing yourself, like before I make a presentation, like I go in the mirror and then I picture myself being like Barack Obama with a tie and here, and I'm standing in front of people and I'm like commanding, controlling the whole crowd. It's like the whole thing. It's not. You're not alone. Don't worry. You're not alone.
Yeah.
I also do the same thing. And also, when you said looking in the mirror is crazy. So do you mean I'm crazy,
Is that what you meant?
bro? Do you mean I'm crazy?
Oh no! It's just
That's your crazy. That's not his crazy.
Okay.
I just it slipped. It's a slip of tongue. As they
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm making a joke out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
But
are
you
you
know,
looking
to
at me?
control nation, I am really like sensing a pattern here, controlling a nation between you two. So this is where therapy is really needed, because to be a leader is a lonely place.
Exactly.
Why
It
is
is
it
a
lonely?
lonely
Why
place.
is it lonely?
Oh, it is so lonely. I've done it.
So am I
many
going
times.
to be lonely?
Oh yeah. Because you have to make some
powerful.
hard decisions.
But I can hire people to be around me 24/7.
But
Oh,
they
but that's
won't
not
be
the same
genuine.
thing. You got to
Yes.
be with yourself.
It doesn't. They shouldn't be genuine with me.
They would be scared of you. That's
Let them be scared.
But you don't want people to be scared. Well, maybe
Yeah.
you do. Maybe you do.
Like,
That's your reality.
What makes you alone is when you're powerful, you stand out,
Yeah.
and like people start developing like kind of like hate towards you, and it's just something natural. It happens because like
happens, yeah.
when someone notices a difference between them and you, especially in terms of power dynamics, that kind of like alienates you. Like
and you got to
It-
make
it
some.
won't. It depends on- I feel like it depends on how
we
you
need
do
a
it.
podcast on leadership.
Yeah.
Unpack-
The next our
let's
next
unpack
episode.
leadership.
Thank
and what
you.
does it
Yeah.
actually look like?
Yeah. Thank you for
Ah,
that.
thank
Thank you
you,
for
thank
that.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
Coming to that one.
Yeah.
Where you said you sense that there's like a power, like a controlling a crowd thing that's between me and Nana. We were having a conversation about that. So let me take this opportunity to announce that Nana has a YouTube channel now.
Yeah. I have a
Yeah.
YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. And
So-
wait.
Unpack those things for us, Nana. Then.
Yeah, so we had a conversation and we agreed that me and Nana, we are very strong personalities.
Uh huh.
So even though we started this podcast thing together, we have to be able to coexist, but like in a parallel space.
Yeah, because
That's why, like on every podcast episode now, guys, you will see Nana's channel is there as a collaborator.
yeah. But
Go and
Miles, let me
subscribe.
mention my channel, guys. If you are watching, my channel is at Nana Jemfi Pro, and you notice I put this picture on it like a creator. I have this headset with an LA cap. You basically you see me there. You see me there. So that is my channel at Nana Jemfi Pro. The Nana, the N is capital. The Jemfi, the G is also capital. The P of the Pro is also
Thank you.
capital.
Thank
Follow
you.
me and
Thank
let's
you.
make
Thank you.
something
Round
great.
of applause. Yeah.
Let's make something great.
So now Nana is a
Yeah, and-
full-time vlogger now, a podcaster, YouTuber.
Yeah.
So please support him.
And-
His account is there.
Follow
It's a
him.
Collaboration.
Exactly. And what Miles also said, I want to touch a little bit on it because just like he said, we both have strong personalities, and eventually, as time goes on, not like we'll try to establish dominance over each other, but we would all want to kind of put
Coexist.
ourselves out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But I
So
would
we have
love
to.
that.
We have
Healthy
to.
competition.
So like I'm
Healthy
saying,
competition is good.
I like
yeah. So we have to kind of create independent bodies. Like,
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like he has his own channel. I also have my own channel. Because eventually one person will try to maybe not supersede the other, but try to establish themselves out there.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I
that
mean?
happens in life.
It also happens,
happens
especially in situations where there are two strong personalities. And one of my sisters, I don't want to mention her name here. She's in the UK. I showed her, but if she's watching, she knows herself. I showed her my YouTube channel, and she said something like, "It's as if you are controlling it."
Yeah.
Yes, and it was normal.
Yeah.
Initially, when she said that, I didn't really think much of it like that. But when I was sleeping, I was thinking like, What's is
Yeah,
saying is
because
true.
like when we started the pod, we started it off on my channel because I was already doing stuff. So I already had a following both on Instagram
Yeah,
and here.
yeah.
So like when we started it, now we started it like on my page. So even like my Instagram growth has been massive. Even the YouTube growth has been massive. So now it's time we also transfer the same energy towards Nana. So like on every podcast episode now and on every vlog that we post, me and Nana, there's his channel as a collaborator. So people, you can go and subscribe to Nana. I'll be pissed off.
Follow.
I want Nana to have more subscribers and more followers than mine.
Oh,
Get it? I
thank
want
you
that
so
to happen.
much. Thank you
I
so
want
much.
that to
Thank you
happen.
so much.
I want
Yeah.
that to happen, and I want that for you. That's why I'm
Thank you.
always
Thank
there.
you. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm always there for you. I'm very supportive
Thank you.
all the time.
I'm also supportive of you, just so you know. You are
Yeah, I
not. You
know.
are not the only person.
You're my G, bro.
But I'll go on with that.
Bluetooth dep. Yes, Bluetooth. But we can reach. Yeah.
And you two are learning to coexist together.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just like Sadia said, the next episode, leadership, we'll speak about it.
Speak
Yeah,
about
we'll speak
leadership.
about
Yeah,
Because it's very
I think this was nice having Sadia on the pod.
It was very nice having you on
To
the
be
podcast.
honest,
It was
to
nice
be
to be
honest, to be honest, no
Because,
bias.
yeah.
This was
One of the best. Because
the best.
you exposed
I will
us
need a round
to-
of applause. I will need a round of
You-
applause.
Because Sadia, you give us different perspectives. Because today the plan was to come in here and speak about mental health and therapy using the westernized approach, which people from Ghana, Zimbabwe, Nigeria wouldn't be able to relate to us. But today, by the examples I gave, by saying that, people should also back it up with actions. For instance, if you see someone going through something,
are you good?
Yeah.
if you see someone going through something bad, give him money, not only advice. Somebody will
Not
see this and will be
solutions.
happy. Exactly.
Yeah, you're
Can
not-
relate.
you.
Everybody
Thank you
don't
very
want
much.
solutions.
But if we hadn't listened to you and we came in with our own mindset,
And also the other thing that I really liked about having Sadia on the pod was, she's a very eloquent person. She's
Super.
very intelligent.
Super.
She's smart.
Super.
And she knows how to coexist in an environment with other people who
Yeah.
are intellectual as her. She's not condescending. She's not that opinionated.
Bro.
So I think we need another round of applause.
we're about to cut.
It was very good.
So, guys, thank you guys for today's episode. And as usual, today is your host, Nana. I'm hosting today alongside with my co-host, Mas Matunya. And today we had a guest here, Sadia. She already introduced herself. Thank you guys so much for today's episode.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank
you.
Subscribe to Nana's channel.
Subscribe
Follow
to my
Nana's
channel. I already give you the handle. So
Yes.
thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. We out.